Hi, I'm Al and this is Roadtrip Revivals. You join me in Brittany on a random farmyard. We're up on the north coast near the seaside and I've just bought a Trabant. You're going to need to help me out with a name for this one. Doesn't come with a name. But I've always been curious about these. I don't think I've ever sat in one. I've definitely never driven one. There's all sorts of rumours and hearsay about them, so I thought the best way to acquaint myself is actually buy one, find out what they're all about. So there it sits, in the dry at least. Bought it sight unseen obviously, and I think I've been fairly lucky on the whole. Poke my head underneath, it doesn't look too bad under there. It's the Combi or estate version, which is pretty cool. We'll get it outside in a minute so we can see better, but seems to be mostly all there. We've got some spares in the boot. See there, 601S. This is a late model car, but it isn't the 4-stroke one. We still have the 2-cylinder 2-stroke engine up front here. It doesn't run, obviously. I mean, it did run at some point, not too long ago, but at the moment I'm told it's not running. So I think what I'll do is shove it perhaps outside here into the farmyard so we can get a bit more light on the situation and yeah, see if we can get it fired up. As usual, the plan is going to be get this beast fired up and drive it, how far home? 70 miles, something like that. Yes, handbrake is attached and it's been left off. It's always nice. I don't believe it can be very heavy, can it? There it goes. Okay, that'll do us, I reckon. Back in the day, I read about perhaps up to sort of 10, 13-year waiting lists to get one of these. And what do you reckon? To get the estate, you probably had to wait even longer. Or maybe you had to know some of the right people. Get yourself the estate version. One other thing I'm really curious about is, are these painted or is that just the colour of the, not fiberglass, is it Duroplast? But we'll talk a bit more about that later, how this thing is actually constructed. At some point the seats have been changed because we've got a different colour and a different pattern in the rear. The interior's quite sound, I would say. 72,000 kilometres, it says. What's that? A fuel gauge? I'm not sure. Got a medium and long wave radio with some aftermarket knobs on. It's been jazzed up a bit. A weird headliner. Yeah, can't quite figure that out. Some little wind deflectors there. Oh, the clutch pedal feels weird. Really light. Just sort of pings on and off. And a brake pedal. Yeah. Okay, this should be pretty easy, I think. Is that normal? A lot of play up and down. Windscreen needs a good clean, I can tell you that. Right, first thing I noticed is there isn't much fuel in it, and I did bring some with me, so we'll mix up some petrol and 2-stroke oil, stick that in, see where we go from there, I guess. My 2-stroke bottle has a handy thing on it where you can squeeze, send the 2-stroke up to here, and then it's marked 10 centilitres, which is the right amount for 5 litres of petrol at 50 to 1. My can's got 10 litres in it, so we'll do 2 of those. And I always think if you're doing 50 to 1, I just give it just a tiny bit extra, just to make sure. Keep it a tiny bit on the oily side. Also, the more it smokes as you go down the road, the cooler you look. Everyone knows that. No smoke, no poke, they say. Don't know how big the tank is. It's going to be 25 litres or so. From my brief bit of research I did, I believe that the early cars didn't have a fuel gauge, but this one does seem to have a fuel sender in it, so really is the luxury model. The fuel's probably a little bit on the oily side anyway, because if it's been stood around and the petrol evaporates but the oil doesn't, so you end up with a slightly over oily mixture potentially. Oh, got leakage. Looks like our fuel filter's leaking. Darn it. R, Z or A? What do you reckon? A. Let's try A. Nope. Z. Nope. Oh man, that's annoying. Yeah, so this is the bottom of the fuel tank. Here is the tap piece that isn't joined to the bit on the inside. And then I'm guessing in here is a filter. This thing's loose. Bit of crud in there to clean out, so we'll do that. And then, is there a nylon filter piece here? Looks clean anyway, so we won't mess with that. Ah, okay, I thought for a minute the threads were gone on that, but okay, they're all right. One way is going to be reserve and one way is going to be normal fuel. Ah, it's still leaking. I feel like if I turn it any more, it's going to break. Okay, I think we're good now. That might have to do, as long as it's not dripping on the exhaust, I'm not too worried. I guess this is an aftermarket edition, but there's like an electro valve here. This front panel is already loose. That comes out of the way. And here's our carb. Looks to be fuel in the pipe there. Is that the... which one's the choke? Yeah, this is going to be the choke here. You can see the throttle over there. All right, let's see if it'll fire up now, I guess. That easy, huh? Oh, that smell of two-stroke oil brings me back to my youth. Will it idle? I'm no expert, but I'd say that sounds pretty healthy. Still got that drip down here. Wonder if I've got any thread tape. Ah, we'll keep an eye on it for now. Got one little red indicator light there. Guess that's the charge light. I don't know if this has got a dynamo or an alternator, we'll find out. Runs like a watch, pretty much. Let's try and put it in gear. We've got column gear shift. How does this work then? Goes in and out like that. I think that's first down there. Yeah. It wants to go. Indicator, yes. Other way. Yep. Oh, the horn is on the stick. Forward. How do we do wipers then? This one. Yes. So funny packing up for this trip. I was like, take my normal, range of stuff, and I had to keep sort of telling myself, you don't need to bring engine oil, you don't need to bring coolant. All of that stuff is useless. This is the whole point of these things, isn't it? That it was sort of reliable-ish, simple to repair. Two-stroke is just easy, isn't it? I'm just letting it warm up a bit, and then we can see if it will idle. We want to be able to clutch out and let it idle. It still doesn't want to idle. Let's see if we can adjust that. So there's an idle screw and there's a little lock nut to hold it in place, for which we would need probably an 8mm spanner, I'm guessing. Still not that keen on idling, so there's probably another slight issue there. Maybe we've got a idle jet or something a bit blocked up, but yeah, maybe we just need to drive it and see what happens. I can see now we've got an alternator tucked down there. We've got a belt that doesn't look too bad. We've got a brake pedal, we've got wipers, indicators. This is really, really easy. I think we just got to pump the tyres up, clean the windscreen, hit the road pretty much. There's very little rust on this car. I guess it's been restored at some stage. It's definitely been painted under here. But this car's, I think, is an 89 and 90, or maybe very early 91, I believe, was the last of them. And the very last cars had a 4-cylinder, 4-stroke Volkswagen engine as a last-ditch attempt, I guess, to bring them up to date, but that didn't last long. Check the oil, check the coolant, nope. So it's got 2 coils as well, one for each cylinder. So I guess it's got 2 sets of points as well. Weird, 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 weird. I'll just wipe some of the dust off the bonnet to make us look a bit more presentable. Being as we're going to town as well. We're just 2 minutes from the beach here, so we'll do a little beach trip. Stop off and get a coffee maybe. Cruise up and down the strip. And yes, I am using glass cleaner to clean the bodywork, so just get over it, okay? I feel like I'm cheating today because I've got Mother helping me driving the support vehicle. Not that I think I need a support vehicle, but she wouldn't be able to find her way home without following me back, so. You'll notice my tread plates have to be pink these days. I was just pumping these tyres up, and this is some weird old thing here. The size on it, 5.20-13 70M mud and snow, but it looks like a really chunky all-terrain tyre. Pretty old. That must be one of the original ones, I would say, potentially. And then we got more traditional Cormoran 145 8013s on the rest. Good bit of oil coming out the pipe there. Yeah, that's it. Let's get going, I think. You ready to go to the beach?
Yes.
Good. Check it out, it's idling now. I didn't show you this before because it was too dark, but we've got a whole load of junk in the trunk. Various spare bits, something to do with the heat shield, exhaust, a brand new spare tyre on a wheel. Yeah, all sorts of odds and ends. Anyway, all good stuff. We'll have a proper look at that later. First time driving a Trabant then. I think this is the fuel gauge, but it doesn't work. I watched Aging Wheels' video to see where the gear positions are. Yes, we're off. Brakes are raunchy. Whoa, this is good. Feels very perky compared to some of the micro cars I've had. I mean, this is a proper car, isn't it? But it just doesn't feel like it when you've got a 2-stroke engine up front. Got some seriously square tyres. Oh, it feels really good. Brakes are all over the shop. I love the column shift. It's very easy to use. Oh, I love it. It's really good. Suspension's nice and soft. That's a second. Oh, bucking a bit. This is a lot of fun. People said they were fun to drive. It's just, I don't know what it is, it's just funny. Beautiful coastline up here on the north. I think Mother can hardly keep up. Oh, there she is. First drive is a grand success. Right, got the camera angle a bit better for you so you can see what's going on. And there's 3 knobs for the heater. One says heat, so we'll pull on that. The other one is like an up or down thing. It's down, and leave the cold one off. See if that gives us any warmth. It's pretty smooth, that 2-stroke. Not very noisy, there's no exhaust noise at all. 2-strokes aren't actually that noisy apart from the exhaust normally. I'm curious to see how the freewheel thing works, or if you need to be going a certain speed before it engages. I assume it's automatic, I don't think there's a button or anything to make it happen. Oh, okay. It's not completely happy, but maybe we just need to work through some old petrol. I put in 10 litres and there was a little bit in there, so should be enough to get us home anyway. Speedo works. Is there any heat coming out though? There is heat coming out. Okay. Never have I known such luxury. Look. Some of these turns that come in from the right, this is a very peculiar French thing. It's called a priority à droite, priority to the right. Even if you're on a main road, if there's another road coming up on your right, if they don't have a stop sign or a give way or a line on the road, they've got priority. So if someone comes along here now, I've got to make sure that there's no one coming, because if they drive out in front of me and I hit them, it'll be my fault. That probably won't really matter because I'm in a car made of plastic and I'll be killed, but they'll just have a little scratch on their bumper. Okay, alright. That's more like it. It's not a proper road trip revival if we don't have at least one breakdown. What gear do we want? No. Second. And it stopped. Okay, just a minor stop. People sometimes remark they'd like to know where I am, and so this town is called Plestin-le-Grève, right up on the north coast of Brittany. We're about, I suppose, half an hour east of, what's going on here? Hold on. Half an hour east of Morlaix. Hold on, we might be breaking down. Choke on, will that help? Oh god, that made it worse. Much worse. The kangaroo juice, I think. Oh, now we're off. So I was trying to say, yeah, we're about half an hour east of Morlaix, in the north of Brittany. And we're going directly south, about 70 miles. Okay, maybe this isn't going to be quite as easy as I thought. Come on. It's not happy. more choke doesn't really do anything. Seems like it might be more ignition related. Ah, it's horrible now. I can't make my mind up if it's just one cylinder that's misfiring. All right, now it's stopped completely. Wonderful. Did I say earlier this was going to be too easy? Right, first test we can do is just check we got power on each coil, which we do. That one has 0 volts, so the points are closed on that one now. The car's in 3rd gear. If I roll it back, I think actually if we go back into neutral, I can turn the engine over on the fan like that. Doesn't really matter which way we turn it, but at some point we should see that go to ground. And if it doesn't, the points aren't closing. Oh, I'm sure I've been around at least once now. Right, so the points are not working on that cylinder. Let's try this one. So they're shut now. And that one stays at 0.6 volts. That's very weird, isn't it? I don't understand that. Right, just to confirm we're on the right track here, we've got Mum in there. Spark plug here, she's going to crank it. Go on then! Nothing. Okay! Nothing. No spark whatsoever. Kind of a nice spot for a breakdown here in the countryside. Sun's out. It's raining lightly as well. This is Brittany. All right, gonna have to have a look at the points next, I guess. It's bad news. It's really bad news, actually. Let me show you what's going on. So from what I expected, this cover on the end here, which is, yeah, it's the end of the crankshaft effectively, would have points in it. This is the cover I just popped off. But I don't know whether this is factory because this is a late model car or what, but this is electronic ignition. And that's why both cylinders have stopped at the same time. I expected to see 2 sets of points, 1 for each cylinder. And then, well, when something goes wrong, you only lose 1 cylinder at least. But yeah, this is bad news because we can't tinker with this. It either works or it doesn't. And right now it doesn't work. That is really not good. I suppose we could at least see if it's got power to it. Oh, it's got a little light on it. And got no power there. Nothing. Huh. Is that the same white wire we got here? No. Confused.com. All right, I'll have a bit more poking around and I'll come back to you in a minute when I know some more. Yeah, not good. The only other thing I'm wondering is the point set up in the boot with all the random parts that are in there. I haven't looked through them yet. Could well be something in there that could help us. Right, I've done a bit more digging and I'll show you where we're at. This thing down here where the points would be is replaced with this. Effectively, it's going to be a magnetic pickup, not magnetic, Hall effect. Hall effect sensor down here. Magnet whizzes past, turns it on and off at the right time. I think this works because when you turn it over, you get a little LED here flashing on and off, pulsing, which shows that that is giving out a signal. And then this grey wire comes up to the inner wing here, all the way up to here, and then there's this ignition module. And I think this car did have electronic ignition from the off because the case on it is date marked 88. So I had a dig around in the boot and I found an ignition module. This is obviously a really old one. You can see the transistors on it are these great big lumps rather than just these little modern transistors here, one for each cylinder. And then obviously someone changed the whole system at one point. In the back here also is the pickup piece, which looks, ugh, I mean it looks horrible. All the bits are in here. The magnet that spins around looks like it's sat on a different kind of back plate. Other bits in the boot, we've got carburetor. Oh, we've got two carburetors actually. Seat belts. Maybe someone was going to put seat belts in the back. A brake cylinder. All sorts of odds and sods. Someone did a lot of work on this car at some stage. A set of brake shoes. There's coils, spark plugs. The mirrors are in there. Safe to say someone had some issues with the ignition before. Perhaps if I put this old one back on, maybe it'll work. At this stage, that's the only thing I can try. That is literally it. If that doesn't work, we're stuffed. But it's going to take me 10 minutes probably. There's a few wires, bit of routing. Whack it on and hope for the best. Perhaps these ancient components that are a bit bigger, maybe they stand a better chance of working. It looks sort of like an A-level school project, doesn't it? At least we have some chance, I guess. My confidence earlier when I left was so high, I almost said to Mum, I'll set your GPS and you can just crack on and I'll see you at home. I sort of expected I was going to have an ignition problem today, but I wasn't overly worried about it because I thought, well, I'm just going to probably have to clean and tinker with the points. I know some of you will be saying, well, electronic ignition, it's unreliable. Well, it isn't normally. I mean, it is if you buy a rubbish kit. If you lived in East Germany in 1989, you probably didn't have much choice. I suppose maybe you could put points back in. Don't lose the nuts. Luckily, I've got this new part with me, almost as if the whole thing is planned and scripted and I've broken down, but I just happen to have this new bit in the back. I wish. The green wire on the front coil, white on the rear. Connect up the grounds. Right, just those to join up down on the pickup down there, and yeah, hope for the best, hope for the best. Right, it's all just loosely on there for now, but it's all wired up. It takes its ground here, it takes its power from a positive side of the coil. These are the two coil triggers, the white and green here. It's connected down at the trigger as well, so just remains to hit the key and see what happens, I guess. Oh! It fired once. Could the coils be the opposite way around, I wonder? Perhaps the triggers are the wrong way around. Yes! Ha I can't believe it. Yeah, literally, just the coils were the wrong way around. But the ignition leads are long enough that they literally just switch over. So yeah, I'm not going to get too excited yet because it still could be the trigger at the bottom that's bad. And now that it's had time to cool down, it works again. That's often the case with electronic ignition. It'll work for a little bit. You drive, it heats up, something overheats, whatever's wrong is bad in there. When it gets hot, it doesn't work. So, but nonetheless, let's think positive. Just need to take this thing, swap it into this plastic box so it stays dry, doesn't short out anywhere. We'll be on our way again. Okay, right, in theory, we're off again. I've only got one cylinder, goddammit. Try and get to a better spot anyway. Better than none, I suppose. I'm sure it had two when I started earlier. Yeah, so it's only this cylinder that's working. Grr. That could be, in all honesty, why that module's not on there, couldn't it? Very unlikely the coil's gone bad just this second. We could put the spare spark plug on there and see what that says, I guess. Sparking. That's weird, isn't it? That was very weird. I put the took the lead off, put another spark plug on it. It looked like it had spark there. Put the lead back on the engine. Got 2 cylinders again. Oh well, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to take that and get going again. This is Al from the future to tell you you could win this Trabant for as little as £2.50. Win it, drive it and confuse the hell out of your neighbours. Forget speed and luxury, think noise and smoke. Release your inner communist. Check in the description of this video to find the link to enter the raffle. Back to the video. Yes! I love it when you find the parts to fix the car in the boot. That's pure gold, isn't it? I was just thinking it would have been a good selling point when they upgraded it to electronic ignition. But they didn't need a selling point because you had to wait 10 years for one anyway. We're getting up to, where are we at now? 40-ish miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour. That's pretty happy there. Let's see if the freewheel works. Oh no, it's stopped again. Oh no. You know when something works just long enough to think you've fixed it? Why does it have to do that? It tricks you. Right, different problem this time, but I think I found it. I just came to have a look down on here on the sensor, and there's the 3 wires that join, and the brown one on the top. The terminal is still on there, but the wire has literally snapped off the terminal. But yeah, I should be able to bodge that back together somehow. I think we'll be on our way again. Come on. Yes. Back to 1 cylinder again though. I rummaged around in my spares department, found another ignition lead, tried one, it didn't work. Stuck another one on and it did work. Hopefully, that was the end of our problems today. Yes. I think I got it this time. People seem to love to see this car. They look at it like it's from a different planet. It does have a kind of a look, a European look. It looks a bit like a Peugeot from the 60s or something. So perhaps they're thinking it's a car from their youth, and then they hear that 2-stroke engine and they think, WTF. It's not hard to imagine when these came out in, what was it, 60, 63 or something. It would have been a decent car by those standards. Oh yeah, I feel the freewheel working there, the engine's just idling now. A few revs, yeah, boom, and it cuts in again, nice. So yeah, by 60s standards, I mean, this is just what cars were like. Fairly slow and noisy, drum brakes. But by 1989, my goodness, you would have not have been a happy bunny driving this, knowing that your neighbours had, well, a Mark III Golf by then. What have we got, 2 routes, highway or no highway? I think no highway, myself. I think this is the longest driving stint we've managed so far. Good little car. See the steering. Quite dead around the middle. The radio's not working. We don't never got the tunes, do we? There's only one thing left to do. Roll the time lapse.
Subtle thrill, shadows dance on the windowsill. Concrete dreams in the glow collide. Breathe it in, let the waves decide. Street lights flicker, a Morse code plea. Whispers rise from the cracks in the street. Loose lit poets on cobbled ground. Every word a kaleidoscope sound.
Yeah, we're cruising along pretty good now. And as I drive along, I'm starting to think of the reviews I watched on this yesterday, and I think people were a bit unfair about this car. Is it a bad car? Well, yes, obviously. Is it a terrible car? No, I don't think so. The goal was cheap, reliable transport for the masses, and that's exactly what you got here. The seats aren't bad. It's dead easy to drive. It's not excessively noisy, it's not excessively thirsty probably. You can fix it with a few tools and a spanner. What is there to go wrong? There's no fuel pump, there's no water pump, no radiator, no cooling hoses, no valves. I don't know, it works, doesn't it? That's one of the great things about a two-stroke, is that there are so few moving parts. But the less moving parts something has generally, the more reliable it is. It's supposed to go 60 miles an hour, I read, but 50 is happy, a happy cruising speed. 60, it would, I'm going to guess it would run out of power before it runs out of revs, I would have thought. It might even go faster in third gear, who knows. It doesn't handle bad. I remember when I was growing up in Devon, you occasionally saw or heard of a Trabant. Obviously, as it is now, even then it was just a curiosity and they turned up from time to time. And back then, people used to say that the panels were paper mache, weirdly. And they're not paper mache. It's called Duroplast, and it's basically like fiberglass, except instead of fibers of glass, they used cotton. They used what they had available. The reason they did it that way was to save on steel. But a happy byproduct is you end up with body panels that don't rust. The floor pan and the chassis and all the rest of it obviously is still rust prone, that's all still steel. When you're dealing with a German climate, you'll take any rust prevention you can get because they have some pretty harsh winters, some heavily salted roads, etc. So ever since that last round of repairs, it has not missed a beat. It's going really good. No misfires, nothing at all. I find the gears a bit weird. I tend to forget which is third and fourth. And then you kind of... Oh, it stopped. It went into freewheel mode and it stopped. It's a third. There you go. Oh. No, it can't be. Just as I put the camera on, it's gone back to one cylinder again. How is that? You just start to say everything's good. You've been driving for half an hour. At that exact moment, it starts playing up again. And we're on a hill. There's nowhere to stop. That's first gear to the floor. Oh! Come on. There's never a dull moment in your Trabant. Oh, we're losing power again. Oh, we're really losing it now. Nah, it's not coming back this time. Right, I see somewhere to stop. Let's do a quick spark plug change and see if that helps matters. That's the spark plug that came out. I haven't got new ones, obviously. I've got this one that looks the same, to be honest. What's that? A Champion. And this one's a Special. Isolator Special. Any more? Oh, NGK. Let's try that one. A bit cleaner as well. And the verdict is... still only one cylinder. Carry on a little bit and see what happens, I guess. Starting to rain as well. Only 20 miles from home now. Really struggling on the hills now. First gear. Well, I guess it wasn't a spark plug unless that NGK was dud as well. Could still be an intermittent problem with that electronic ignition kit. On one cylinder, we haven't even got 12.5 horsepower because it's 25 with 2. With one, in theory, it's 12, but it's not because you're having to use energy to drag the other piston up and down. 10, if that. In fact, it does feel about 10. Let's try another spark plug then. What should we go for this time? That was the one that didn't work. What about one of these Specials? Right, in the interest of diagnostics, I've switched these coils over because it was this cylinder that's misfiring. We've changed the lead, spark plug. We've done everything we can do with the electronic side of it. So the only thing we could do is the coil. Now, get Mother to start the car, and if the misfire's moved to this cylinder, that's going to be good news because we know it's the coil that's bad. All right, go for it. No. That's bad news. So almost certainly we got something up with our electronic ignition again. Darn it. So the bottom line is, it's not the coil, it's not the spark plug, it's not the HT lead, it's not the compression, it's not the fueling, it is definitely that ignition module or the Hall effect sensor down the bottom. So I sat and chilled out for a bit, about half an hour, let it cool down. Chances are with these things that once it's cooled down, it'll work again for a bit. I think we guess we got 2 cylinders again. But let's see how far we get this time. It's cold and raining now, and that's good news for once. 19 miles from home. We can't have our first fail 19 miles from home, can we? It's actually raining in the car. There's a gap in the windscreen seal here where the seal ends don't quite meet up. So that's nice. Well, let's get our toe down while we've got 2 cylinders, I think. Come on, little car, you can do it. Only 18 miles to go. There's a hitchhiker here. Let's see if she puts her thumb down when I come by. No, she'll be up for it. She looked quite disappointed actually, but I think she's better off walking, to be honest. We went down to 1 cylinder again, and now I think we're approaching no cylinders. It's really not happy now. Oh, there's no way good to stop. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's starting to feel like the very first time it broke down now, where it's coughing and bucking. And it lost power steadily until we ground to a halt. Oh, I just don't want to stop here. Doesn't seem like we have much choice in the matter. mate. Blowing chunks of something out the exhaust, which is always nice. It's like we've got the spark occurring at the wrong time now. It's starting to hurt my ears. Maybe it'll burn to the ground. Let's try and pull away again. I get the feeling that when it stops this time, it's not going to get going again. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. That was it. That was the end of it, wasn't it? Back to pushing again. Oh, we're going downhill now. It's nice and easy to push at least. Getting my exercise today, aren't I? Oh. Come on, keep rolling. Yes, yes, nothing to see here. Just pushing my Trabant down the road. So as I was saying before, I think people are excessively harsh about these cars. I mean, I don't see any issues with it really. Come on. Nah. Right, somewhere safe to pull off at least. What do we do? Give up and go and get the trailer? Tempting. Or wait 10 minutes for it to cool down and try again. We're not going to give up just yet, are we? Not yet. I was actually thinking about giving up, but I thought I'd leave it to cool down for a bit. And then I remembered a hack I've used before. So this is a ballast resistor that you'd use on a points ignition system. And I've had this before where you've got a failing ignition module. And what you do is you get your ballast resistor, or failing that you can use a headlight bulb, does the same thing. This is the main feed to the coil, so it runs through there, then down onto the coil there, and what that does is drops the voltage a little bit. If you drop the voltage, you also drop the current. If you reduce the current, you reduce the load on the transistors that power the coils, so I think that might just get us home. Yes, come on! Right, let's get home before it splutters out again. One cylinder though. Come on, give us that second cylinder. We have been losing some fuel as well, it's been dripping still. And when you look into the tank, you've got a little pipe sticking up. And the purpose of that is to give you your reserve, like a motorbike. You set it normally to run from the top of the pipe. You drive until it runs out. And then you know that you've got that set amount below the pipe to use before you run out completely. But yeah, it's nearly on nearly level with the pipe. I'm not sure if I'm on the normal fuel or running on the reserve setting. So just to add to the fun, we might run out of fuel as well. We've got sometimes two cylinders, sometimes one. Mostly two at the moment, so that's not bad. I'm down to full-time one cylinder now. I'm literally 3 miles from home, so I'm just going to limp it. I'm not going to be beaten. Not today. Not by this car. On the plus side, apart from that ignition problem, really good car. The brakes started off a bit dodgy, but they came around. Brakes nice and even and straight now. Everything seems to work apart from the radio. Gearbox good, clutch good. Next video we'll get it up in the air and see if it's a rust bucket underneath, but I don't think it is. Oh, look at the lake this evening. Beautiful. I thought it was going to stop then. Started to lose the one cylinder. Oh no. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. They're literally like a mile from home. Come on. Come on. No. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go again. Come on, come on. Oh, I thought we were going to make it this time. Come on. Don't be like this. Why? Why must you torture me this way? Believe it or not, that ballast resistor is really hot. So that means it was doing its job. It was reducing the voltage. Some of it was being used up, heating that up. That's probably why we made it as far as we did. There's a little crest of a hill just here. And if I could have made it over that, I could have rolled into the territory of my own village. I think if I could do that, I could call it a win. Oh, what a wonderful car. I've lost count on the number of breakdowns. It must be, I think that must be the 5th, maybe? Probably the 5th and terminal. Most terminal one. And we've had a fun day out. Mother's had a great time. Heaving, pushing, providing moral support and snacks, most importantly. So thank you, Mother, for the snacks. Right, on the last bit of the hill, I'm going to go for a bump start. And if it goes, I literally have one big hill to get up. If I can get up there, I can roll the rest of the way home. That is the plan. Okay. Maximum attack, get some speed. Go for 3rd gear. Won't engage. What? Yes. 2nd gear that was. Come on. I think we got 2 cylinders as well. Yes, we're gonna make it. No, no. Come on. No, no. Oh, oh. This close, honestly. The next telegraph pole is the point where I can roll home. Oh man, I thought we were going to make it then. No, that's it. It's done. 250 metres from home. That's basically home, isn't it? I'm still calling that a win. That isn't a fail. What, this? No. That Jeep isn't towing me, I'm just following it nice and closely. Made it, made it. Remember, if you want to be in with a chance of winning this high quality automobile, you will find a link to the raffle in the description to this video. The car will be UK registered and MOT'd, all at my expense for the winner. You'll be able to pick it up at the Rustival car show in April, or if you can't make it there, there'll be alternative delivery options. I'll go through it, obviously. We will fix the ignition, I'll go through the brakes, it will have new tyres, it will be cleaned up a bit, it will be good and ready to drive away. If you're after more Trabant porn, by the way, go and check out the 6D Diesels channel where he's building a 4x4 diesel monster truck Trabant thing. That thing is hilarious. So thank you as ever for watching. Keep subscribing, give us a like, and there'll be more videos coming up very soon. Bye.